Good morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Dina Akesha, and I'm back with my educational videos. And today we are going to discuss probability part 2. And if you have seen part 1, part 1 was about table questions. Part 2 is about tree diagrams. طبعا tree diagrams classify into 3 main categories. The questions that are with the replacement, and this is what we're going to discuss and explain today. And then we have the without replacement tree diagram questions, and then we have the independent questions, and then we have the independent questions. I guess each type will take its own videos. Now let's discuss what is a tree diagram and what do I mean by with replacement. Okay, so let's just have a very small introduction about this part before we actually get into the question. Now let's assume I have a box, and inside this box I have 3 blue balls, as you can see. And for instance, I have 4 let's pick another color other than the black. I have 4 purple. So, of course, in this question, as we explained before, the total frequency is equal to 7. And if I ask you to find the probability of the blue, I'm sure that all of you would know that the answer is 3/7. And if I ask you to find the probability of the purple, then the probability of the purple would be 4/7. Now, in the previous video, we discussed what do we mean by the word or. And as we said, or is translated into addition, and or is used when the event happens once. يعني مثلا for example لو أنا جيت دلوقتي قلت مثلا whomever person standing هنا كده outside، وجيت قلت للشخص ده let's assume this is عمر على اسم ابن أختي، تمام. let's assume أنا قلت لعمر يا عمر you are allowed to take one item only. You are allowed to take one item only. So what will Omar reply? Omar will say, يا دينا, I will take either the blue or the purple. So he will take either a blue ball or a purple ball. The thing is, هو هياخد how many items في الآخر؟ هو هياخد one item only. يا البلو يا البيربل، يعني يا ده يا ده. طيب لو أنا دلوقتي جيت قلت لعمر بقى، يبقى تاني يا جماعة you are allowed to take one item only. So عمر will choose either the blue or the purple. So eventually he will have one item in his hand. This item could be whatever color. جيت بقى أنا I decided to be super generous وقلت له يا عمر you are allowed to take 2 items. You are allowed to take, let me just choose black here. Okay, you are allowed to take اهو، انا جيت اهو عمر وجيت قلت لعمر يا عمر يا عمر you are allowed to take 2 items. Please بقى ركزوا بقى في الكلام ده جدا لأنه الكلام ده مهم قوي. ال 2 items دول okay, let me just draw the box properly. وهنا كان في واحدة purple زيادة لأن هما they were 4 purple. Okay, so again you are allowed يا عمر to take 2 items. بس يا عمر في عندنا شوية شروط. ايه الشروط دي؟ You will take one item at a time. يعني هتاخد كورة تلعب بيها ترجعها لي وبعد كده تاخد كورة تانية. You are allowed to take one item at a time. You borrow it, use it, give it back, then take another item. يا ريت بقى يا جماعة نفهم الكلام ده كويس جدا جدا جدا. طبعا عمر في الآخر قال لي ايه كل الشروط دي، مش عايز منك حاجة. Okay, so again, Omar is allowed to take 2 items, but he will not take them both at the same time. He will take them 1 item at a time. يعني هياخد كورة وبعد شوية هياخد كورة تانية. ايه الشروط بقى؟ You take an item، تستلفه مني، تستعمله وترجعه تاني، وبعد كده تبقى تيجي تاخد another item. So these are the conditions. Now let's see, Omar now is thinking about this amazing story that he is in. قدامه box مليان كور, and he is going to take 2, 1 at a time, as we said. So Omar now is thinking, إيه الgenerosity اللي أنا فيها دي. Omar now is thinking, what colors am I going to take? What colors am I going to take? And which color will I take first? Now, what I'm going to write over here is the scenario of what is going through Omar's head. ويا ريت يا جماعة نفتكر كلمة سيناريو دي مهمة جدا جدا جدا، لأنه اللي بيحصل دايما في المسائل بتاعة البروبابيليتي إنه الولاد بيدخلوا كده مسألة البروبابيليتي بشجاعة قوي ويقوم كاتب الأرقام وفي الآخر بتفكس منه. Please remember to write the scenario first and then the numbers will be easy. So again, Omar is going to take 2 items أو 2 balls, 1 at a time, one at a time, use it, give it back, then حتى هعمل then أهو بالcapital letters, take another, then take another. So let's see. Now عمر is thinking, أنا عمر أهو قاعد بفكر أنا بقى هاخد إيه, what colors. So let's see بقى, how do we write the scenario in these questions? How do I write the scenario? Now, Omar is going to take 2 items. 2 items is always translated into first and second. First and second. اللي زي ما اتفقنا we're going to use the word and بقى هنا. فهو هياخد 2 items. فعمر بص كده للصندوق وقال إيه؟ طيب أنا هاخد blue ألعب بيها وبعد كده هاخد purple ألعب بيها. أو لا، أنا مش عايز آخد blue الأول. أنا هاخد مثلا blue وبعد كده هرجع اخد بلو تاني. انا حر، انا عايز اخد 2 بلو. لا 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 لا، انا رجعت في كلامي، انا مش عايز اخد بلو، انا هاخد بيربل الاول وبعد كده ممكن اخد بلو العب بيه. ولا اقول لكم لا يا جدعان، انا هاخد purple and purple. So this that is written over here, and I'm going to go through it again, of course, this is what we call the scenario. This is the scenario that goes through Omar's head. Omar will take 2 items. He need to decide which colors. So he thought to himself, why did we write first and second? As you can see, مش or، لأن هو هياخد حاجتين، قلمين، كتابين، مسطرتين، كورتين. فالكورة الأولانية والكورة الثانية. So he was thinking about the colors. فقال إيه؟ أنا هاخد أول حاجة blue وبعد كده هاخد purple. بعدين غير رأيه. No, I will take both blue. I want both my balls to be blue. So I will take blue and blue. ولا في الماث يعني or. لا، أنا مش هاخد blue and blue. I will take purple and blue. I will take purple first, then I will take blue. ولا لا خلاص أنا I decided to take 2 purple. These are the options that Omar has. Now we don't know actually what option did he take. Now, how do I write Omar's story in a mathematical way? يعني احنا دلوقتي يا جماعة بنشرح ماث، فأكيد مش هنشرح ماث بالسيناريوهات وعمر واقف وبيتفرج على البوكس والكلام ده كله. To represent Omar's story, we are going to use what we call a tree diagram. We are going to use what we call a tree diagram. ايه بقى الtree diagram ده and how does it look like? Let's go to another page. Okay, over here. So we have Omar اهو, and Omar has a box, and as we said, this box has 3 black and 4 purple. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know the options of عمر أهم اللي هم blue, purple, blue and blue, purple and blue, purple and purple. Now, as we said, how do I represent this mathematically in what we call a tree diagram? طبعا احنا كلنا عارفين ايه هي التري. tree شجرة اهي شجرة جميلة اهي. Now, the branches of this tree will be equal to the number of colors in the question. Since this question has 2 colors, the black and the purple, so my tree will have 2 branches. The first branch will be called black and the second branch will be called purple. This is the tree. طيب, what if I have more than 2 colors? Then I will have more than 1 branch. يعني لو أنا عندي 3 colors, I will have 3 branches. Now, if I write the probability of the black and on the branch, and if I write the probability of the purple on the branch, I will find that the sum of the probabilities, as we said, must be equal to 1. So what is so special about my tree is that the sum of the branches of the tree must be equal to 1. The sum of the branches of the tree must be equal to 1. أيوة يا مس دينا، يعني بعد ما أنت عمالة تتكلمي كده أنا هرسم في الامتحان شجر بالشكل ده؟ لا. In the exam, our tree does not look like this. I will just borrow the roots and the branches. أهي. فدي التري في الريل لايف ودي التري في الماث. Okay? Now on the branches, I write my colors, black and purple, and I write my probabilities, 3/7 and 4/7. So this is a tree. دي شجر بتاعتي اهو. This is a tree. اللي هي زي دي كده بالظبط. دي الشجرة بتاعتي. تمام كده؟ And as you can see, the sum of the branches of the tree must be equal to 1. Now this is the first choice. let's say القلم ده. عايزين ناخد القلم العادي الطبيعي بتاع ربنا. This is the first choice over here. Okay? So Omar will take black or purple. Now I will create, from every outcome, I will create the same tree. From every outcome, I will create the same tree with the same number of branches, with the same colors, with the same probabilities, with the same number of branches, with the same colors, with the same probabilities. هنا 3/7, هنا 4/7, هنا 3/7, وهنا عندي ايه 4/7. Now every tree يا جماعة ركزوا معايا. okay, all of these trees over here، حتى أنا كنت قاعدة أقول للولاد كده، كل الشجر ده موجود في نفس الحديقة. This tree, this tree, this tree, they all belong to the same garden. Why? Because they have the same numbers. They have the same numbers. They have the same numbers. So let's see بقى, how do I represent this story of Omar from a tree diagram? خليني بس أمسح بقى الشجرة دي. And let's see. Omar, as we said, again, is going to take 2 items. 2 items is translated in math immediately into first and second. طيب عمر واقف هنا اهو وقاعد بيختار. واقف هنا بالظبط كده. خلينا بس نشوف الحته اللي اتمسحت دي اهو. نمسح بس ده هايلايت يو. طب خلاص خليه. عمر نمسحها من هنا برضو. نمسحها من هنا. اوكي تمام. عمر بقى واقف فين يا حلوين؟ عمر واقف هنا. And he is deciding for the first choice. He can take black in the first choice and black in the second choice. So what is his first outcome? His first outcome is black and black, first and second. فهو ممكن ياخد black في المرة الأولانية and black في المرة الثانية. So if I'm walking on the branches, it's and type. Or no, I want to change my mind. Omar might take black in the first option and purple in the second option. Black and purple. Or لا, عمر decided to change his mind again. I don't want to take black in the first. I can take purple in the first and black in the second. So purple and black. And then the last option, of course, will be purple and purple. Or purple and purple. So he has, as you can see, 4 options. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the options that Omar have. Now, since Omar is taking the item, using it, and giving it back, this is what we call the with replacement questions. أهو, Omar, he took a ball, used it, and then gave it back. So the total of my box will always be 7. هو بياخد الايتم يستعمله ويرجعه تاني. ما بياخدوش يضرب عليه. So the with replacement questions simply means that the probabilities will be the same all through the question. The probability will be the same all through the question. Omar decided to take a black ball. He used it, he played with it, and then he gave it back. When he gives it back, the total will always and forever be frequency of 7. So the with replacement questions means that the probabilities will always be the same in the question. Okay, now let's بقى solve questions related to tree diagram with replacement and see what happens in the questions. Now, if you have my notes, you can open the notes to page number 276. 276. Tree diagram with replacement questions. هنا بيقول لي ايه بقى؟ and I'm going to write down the steps يا جماعة of whenever you are dealing with probability questions, لأنه إحنا طبعا واخدين ال probability حتة حتة، لأنه في مسائل بتبقى word problems بتبقى سخيفة. please يعني try and follow my instructions. It will help you. Now, first, whenever you're dealing with any probability questions, classify the question and write the probabilities. Classify the questions and write the probabilities. Second, write your scenario اللي احنا قلنا عليه من شوية وكتبناه. Third, change to numbers and operations. Change to numbers and operations. Okay, now let's introduce the 2 very important words in probability. Or means addition, and we discussed it last class. And now we have introduced and means multiplication. And is used when we have 2 items selected. طبعا 2 items or 3 items selected. Now let's see. هنا بيقول لي ايه بقى في السؤال ده؟ A bag contains 4 black discs and 5 white. This is step number 1 اللي هي classifying the question. Now the question is divided into 2 colors, black and white. And again, يا جماعة, it doesn't have to be 2 colors only. It could be more than 2 colors. So this is the classification. Write the probabilities immediately. Black is 4/9. And white is 5/9. طبعا, how did I get the 9? This is the total frequency over here. And please, يا جماعة, as I said in the previous video, when the question is in a decimal form, keep it as a decimal. When it's in a fraction form, keep it as a fraction. And please remember, no simplifying. Don't simplify the fractions, especially طبعا ممكن ما تفرقش قوي هنا في type 1 with replacement، بس هتفرق قوي 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 في type 2 اللي هو without replacement. So no simplifying the fractions till the very end. يعني if you wish to simplify at the end, okay. لكن through the question ما فيش داعي. وتاني بأكد هنا مش هتفرق قوي، بس في المسائل اللي هي without replacement اللي هي هتبقى الفيديو اللي جاي بتفرق. So we did the classification, we wrote the probabilities. أهو. Ranjit takes a disc at random from the bag, notices its color. He then replaces the disc in the bag. Replace يعني with replacement على طول معناها probabilities are the same. أهو, let's see. أنا رانجيت. أهو. باصص على البوكس بتاعي. Okay, أهو the bag. Inside the bag, I have these discs, white and black. Ranjit takes at random a disc from the bag. Notices its color. يعني إيه؟ يعني رنجيت مثلا أخد دي. طلعها بره. شاف لونها. قال الله this is white. جميلة جدا. أوكي؟ وبعد كده عمل إيه؟ He replaces it back in the bag. قام شالها من هنا وعمل إيه بقى؟ رجعها تاني. So what happened to the total as you can see in the bag? The total in the bag remains the same. He then took another. راح اتكلم في التليفون وبعد كده رجع أخد واحدة تانية. Assuming أخد البلاك. أهي بار. He notices its color. وبعد كده بقى ما نعرفش عمل فيها إيه مش مهم. أوكي؟ هي دي أهم حاجة عندي إنه when he took the first item again يا جماعة أهو when he took the first item when he took it outside the box بالشكل ده طلعها كده الله دي سودة عمل إيه؟ قام مرجعها تاني. So what happened to the total? Remained the same. Remained the same. وبليز يا جماعة always remember that when we write the probabilities you always write the probability before you do the action. يعني رنجيت دلوقتي أهو قاعد بيتفرج ولسه هيسحب. He will still take. فشايفهم قدامهم كاملين. Complete the tree diagram to show all the possibilities. Now let's see what is the tree of Ranjit. The tree of Ranjit has two branches. Why does it have two branches? Because I have two colors in my question, so it's black and white. This is his tree. Now the black is 4/9 and the white is 5/9. This is his tree. And of course, as we said earlier, that the sum of the branches of any tree must be equal to 1. Now, how do I translate tree mathematically? الtree دي بقى في الماث شكلها بيبقى عامل ازاي؟ It's, as you can see, a dot and two branches. A dot and two branches. And inside the branches, أو on the branches, معرفش بقى هو أهنج it's not responding. On the branches, we write the probabilities. On the branches, we write the probabilities. Okay, so أهو هنكتب هنا على البلاك 4/9 وهنكتب على الوايت 5/9. Now this is one tree. The sum of the tree must be equal to كام؟ to 1. ولو أخذنا بالنا يا جماعة إنه 9 minus 5 بكام؟ ب4 لأن إحنا كنا قلنا قبل كده إنه the sum of the probabilities must be equal to كام؟ to 1. طيب how do I, as you can see بقى this is the first disk أهو. So for his first choice he will choose either black or white. طيب let's assume he chose black. What will be the options for the second choice? So I will create another tree over here with the same colors, white. And here I will create another tree with the same colors, black and white. بنفس الكلام. طيب هل هنا الأرقام كلها 4/9 و 5/9? Yes, all of the numbers are 4/9 and 5/9. So on all the black branches, I would write 4/9, and all the white branches, I would write 5/9. So let's see the outcomes of السيد Ranjit. He will take black at first and black at second. So the first option is black and black. 1. Or what is the second option? The second option is black and white. لأنه يا جماعة please remember إن هو he takes two items, black and white. طيب what do I write between the options? You write or. زي كأن رنجيت ده بيتكلم مع مراته في التليفون وبيقول لها أنا واقف دلوقتي قدام المحل. عايزة إيه أنتي دلوقتي؟ عايزة بلاك ووايت ولا عايزة إيه؟ فقالت له بص أنا عايزة بلاك وبلاك. ولا أقول لك لا أنا عايزة بلاك ووايت. ولا أقول لك في الماضي يعني or. أنا لا مش عايزين ننكد على نفسينا. خلينا الأول ناخد وايت وبعد كده ناخد بلاك. Guys, black and white is not the same as white and black. يا مس ازاي؟ No, they're not the same. Okay, since the order has changed, so they are not the same. And what is the last option? The last option is white and white. Now, did we actually know what did Ranjit's wife decide? أخدت؟ لا، ما نعرفش. دي الاحتمالات بتاعتها. هي ممكن تاخد option 1 أو تاخد option 2 أو 3 أو option number 4. Okay, so these are the probabilities that we have. Okay, and these are the outcomes with the numbers. Now, since I have first and second, let's write the scenario here. وتاني يا جماعة أنا ليه بأكد على قصة السيناريو دي وعايزة أقولها من الفيديو ده although إحنا we will discuss the scenario case I think in the fourth video لأنه ال word problems are a bit annoying. طيب Ranjit takes 2 items so the 2 items are always translated into first and second. Now after we have finished the tree diagram sometimes بقى مش sometimes صراحة يعني هيطلب مني بقى أرقام يقول لي calculate the probability of مش عارفة مين calculate the probability of مش عارفة إيه. Let's see بقى هنا what does the question say and I'm highlighting every outcome بالبرانش بتاعه. هنا بقى بيقول لي calculate the probability that Ranjit takes 2 discs of different colors. 2 discs of different colors. Now let's look at the options. Option number 1, option number 2, option number 3, and option number 4. Which options have discs with different colors? برافو. هم دول. Option number 2 and option number 3. Let's write them زي ما هم بالظبط. بالletters, بالbrackets, بالor, and بكله. Okay? طب why did I choose these in specific? Because the question says I need 2 discs of different colors. So هم دول. So I write them down, black and white. أهو. بنفس letters بالbrackets بكله. Or white and black. These are the 2 options that we have. Now, since I wrote the scenario, I can change into numbers. And let's see how do I change into numbers. I have 2 options, يعني I have 2 brackets. Okay, the first bracket is black and white. The second bracket is white and black. Okay, so now I need to fill in the blanks. I need to remove the letters and put numbers and operations. Black, يعني I will remove the letter B and put its probability. W, يعني I will remove the letter W and put its probability. So now I will remove and put probabilities. هنا in the second bracket, I will remove the white, put its probability. I will remove the black and put its probability. So we remove the letters and put numbers. Or means plus, and means times. Or means plus, and means times. طبعا أنا هنا I can change this into 2 times 4/9 multiplied by 5/9. يعني I can simplify it into 2 times. And the number that is outside the bracket always indicates change of position. Always indicates change of position. لأنه زي ما اتفقنا يا جماعة black و white is not the same as white and black. ودلوقتي هحطها على الكالكوليتر multiplied by 5/9 times 2 and then I'll get an answer of 40/81. The number outside indicates change of position. يعني ده كده this could be written as 2 open bracket black and white. طبعا why am I allowed to do that? I am allowed to do that because I have the same numbers all through the question. I have the same numbers all through the question. So my advice is whenever you're dealing with probability questions, always يعني كأنكم بتحكوا لنفسيكم قصص. فاحكوا لنفسيكم قصص هتلاقوا الدنيا أسهل بكتير. وطبعا التري دايجرام ما هواش صعب، أحيانا بيبقى سخيف في طلباته بعد كده اللي هي يعني question A دايما اللي هو complete the tree بيبقى سهل. question بقى B و C وده أحيانا بيبقى سخيف. إحنا هنحل probability بالتدريج وبعد كده الدنيا إن شاء الله هتبقى لطيفة. Now let's practice another question related to tree diagram with replacement. This is classified part 2. This is classified part 2, page number 198. Classified part 2, page number 198. هنا بقى بيقول لي ايه في السؤال ده؟ and as you can see يا جماعة the three diagram questions اللي هم with replacement they are considered as easy questions. They are considered as easy questions. فزي ما انتم شايفين هو question number 11 في الامتحان. So step number 1, as we said, classify and write probabilities. There are 9 red counters in the bag, 11 are blue. So the question will be classified into red and blue. If I have more than 2 colors, of course, it will be 3 options. This is the classification. Write the probabilities. طبعا the red is 9 over 20. And how did I get the 20? طبعا it's the total frequency. How did I what is the probability of the blue? 11 على 20. طبعا the sum of the probabilities must be equal to 1. ويا ريت يا جماعة, since the question is in a fraction form, keep it as fraction and no need to simplify. Now let's confirm that this is a that this is a with replacement question. هنا بيقول لي Emeka takes at random a counter from the bag, writes down its color, he puts it back in the bag. في احنا عندنا bag فيها الحاجات دي كلها وفي عندي 2 people. The first is a boy named Emeka. The second is a girl named Natasha. So what happens is that Emeka takes an item, he checks its color, and then he puts it back. مؤدب أخذ الحاجة شاف بس لونها ورجعها تاني علشان لما ناتاشا تروح تاخد من الباج تلاقي إن هم 20 كاملين. He puts it back in the bag. This is a confirmation that this is a with replacement question. وقلنا what is so special about with replacement questions إنه probabilities في المسألة كلها are the same. All the probabilities are 9 على 20 و 11 على 20 ما بيتغيروش. Now خلاص بقى مش هنقعد نعمل الشجرة والكلام ده كله أو لو عايزين نعمل الشجرة تمام. This is the tree. Okay أهي. And our tree in this question has 2 branches. مش عارفة دي tree صراحة ولا وردة. Our tree has 2 branches. One of the branches will be red and the other will be blue. أهو. دي التري بتاعتي. How do I translate it mathematically? هو أهو عامل لي الشجرة أهي. Red and blue. Write the probabilities. So the red is 9 over 20 and the blue is 11 over 20. The sum of the dots is always equal to 1. Now from every outcome, I will create a new tree with the same order of the letters. يا ريت يا جماعة ما نقعدش نغير. هو بادئ بالريد أبتدي بالريد وبعد كده البلو. بادئ بالريد أبتدي بالريد وبعد كده البلو. So you draw the branches and then you write the numbers. All the red will be 9 over 20 and all the blue will be 11 over 20. All the blue will be over 20. وزي ما أنا بشرح في المدرسة طبعا البروبابيلتي يا جماعة شرحها لايف مختلف تماما غير اونلاين. يعني انا بقعد بقى ايه بحط لهم حاجات كده قدامهم واوريهم فلايف غير اونلاين. Now as I said all of these trees are in the same garden. Why are they in the same garden? لان هم نفس الارقام. كل الشجر ده موجود في الحديقة حديقة واحدة نفس الارقام. Now let's write our probabilities. Sorry أنا أسفة the outcomes. إيه كل احتماليات بتاعة أميكا وناتاشا. Now this is Emeka. أهو he's the boy. نخلي إيديه لتحت. And this is Natasha. She's a girl with long hair. Okay? So Emeka might take red and then Natasha might take red. So this is the first option. Okay? Emeka might take red and then Natasha بشعرها الرائع might take blue. So red and blue. This is the second option. Emeka decided that he wants to take blue. And then Natasha, with her lovely blonde hair, decided to take red. Okay? طبعا هنا قلنا what is between or. وهنا what is between or. Now, Emeka decided to take blue, while Natasha decided to take blue as well. So how many options يا جماعة? As you can see over here, 4 options. إيه ده؟ 1 2 4 شفتوا؟ 1 2 3 4. These are the options that we have. Now, I get this question a lot from my students, from my lovely students. Do we have to write this in the exam? لا, you don't have to write it إلا لو مطلوبة. أنا بس بكتبها علشان أنا بشرح بيها. Now, تاني يا جماعة بأكد. When we write, يعني when أميكا لسه هياخد من الباج، فهم كانوا 20. أخد ورجع. ناتاشا لسه هتاخد من الباج، فهي فيها 20. ناتاشا بقى رجعت ما رجعتش ما يخصناش. لو كان في عندنا a third person كانت القصة هتبقى مختلفة. Okay? So let's see the outcomes and use highlighters. The first outcome is red and red. Or the second outcome is red and blue. طبعا أميكا and ناتاشا. وهنا يا جماعة مين ال two options اللي عندي؟ مين ال first وال second اللي عندي؟ ال first وال second اللي عندي Amika and Natasha. And then the last option is going to be blue and blue. Okay. هنا بقى بيقول لي إيه? So this is the tree diagram and I have, and as you can see, it's just graded out of 2 marks because it's actually very silly. Now, أنا مستبدة جدا 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 في موضوع السيناريو ده. Again, this you don't have to write in an exam. بس please يا جماعة, till you are professionals with probability, لما تبقوا بقى خلاص يعني اللي هو بقى إيه master scene في probability, please write this down. Now, how many people do I have in this question? Second, 2. So the scenario goes like this, first and second. طبعا the first is Amika, the second is Natasha. هو بيقول لي هنا بقى في السؤال الأولاني, work out the probability that Amika takes red and Natasha takes blue. This is what is required. إن Amika ياخد red وناتاشا تاخد blue. Okay, takes a red counter and then Natasha takes a blue. هنا بقى ما ينفعش نعكس الأوردر. طيب, let's see which option is red and blue. Option number 2. هو ده. Option number 2. فأنا I will take the green option. طيب, أهو. One option ب1 bracket. 2 numbers inside. قلنا and means multiplication. يبقى أنا هختار الجرين option. هنختار بقى الجرين option إزاي؟ أنا ماشية أهو على الجرين option. What is the probability of the red? 9 على 20. قلنا and يعني times. مكملة على الجرين option. What is the probability of the blue? 11 على 20. That's it. خلاص. And then I put it on the calculator and then I get whatever answer. يبقى أنا I get the numbers from the tree. Very easy بتهيألي. 9 over 20 times 11 over 20 هيطلع لي 99 على 400. 99 over 400. And please يا جماعة, keep your answer as follows. طيب, let's see بقى. أنا همسح بس بقى الدوشة دي بقى خلاص كلها كده. And إيه, let's see what happens next. هنا بقى بيقول لي in this question إيه بقى? Work out the probability that both counters have the same color. طيب, both counters. Why did the examiner say both? Because it's first and second, اللي هما Amika و Natasha. Now, from the tree, which options have the same color? From the tree. طبعا يا جماعة تاني, أنا ليه بشرح هنا بالتفاصيل قوي؟ عشان الword problems. Which options have the same color? هما دول. Blue, blue, red, red. So I have 2 options. Let's write them down here in my scenario part. The same colors would be 2 options, red and red, or blue and blue. These are my options over here. طيب, أهو ده السيناريو بتاعي. 2 options with 2 brackets. And then on letters are removed and replaced by probabilities. Letters are removed, replaced by probabilities. Every and is changed into multiplication, and every or is changed into addition. How do I find the numbers? Let's walk on the tree. Red and red. The first number is 9 over 20, and the second number is 9 over 20. يبقى هنا 9 على 20, وهنا 9 على 20 زي ما هي. The second option is blue and blue. يبقى على البرانش بتاع البلو والبرانش بتاع البلو. Blue and blue. The first blue is 11 over 20. The second blue is 11 over 20. So 11 over 20. وهنا عندي كمان 11 over 20. and then I just place it on the calculator. 9 over 20 multiplied by 9 over 20 plus 11 over 20 multiplied by 11 over 20. And then I'll get an answer of, after simplest form, 101 over 200. طبعا يا جماعة الناس بقى اللي بتحب تنجز برضو في الsteps, this could be written as 9 over 20 all squared plus 11 over 20 all squared. But please, 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 if you're going to use this shortcut, don't ever place it on the calculator بالشكل ده. لازم, you have to put a bracket and the power outside. Otherwise, the calculator will read it as 9 squared على 20. فوالنبي. Okay? So this is a second question about Amika and Natasha. One last question related to with replacement. If you look at classified part 4, page number 188. Classified part 4, page number 188. خلينا بقى نقفل ده, مش عايزينه, leave, ونقفل ده, مش عايزينه. You can actually do something in this question. You can pause the video, solve it, اهو. الناس مثلا, حتى الناس اللي ما معهاش الحاجة بتاعتي, you can take a picture of this question, solve it, and then resume the video and see if your answers are correct. هنا بقى تعالوا نشوف. بيقولي a bag contains, sorry I received بس a phone call. هنا بقى بيقولي a bag contains 1 red, 2 blue and 3 green. زي ما اتفقنا أول حاجة بنعملها we classify the question. خلاص بقى أنا مش هقعد أعمل بقى الشجر والكلام ده. I think you figure it out. ولا نعملها, احنا خسرانين إيه؟ أنا هنا عندي red, blue and green. ويا ريت يا جماعة بعد إذنكم as we said use the same order of the question. طبعا you need to find the total. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So the red is 1 على 6. The blue is 2 على 6. And the green is 3 على 6. صح كده؟ 3. yes كده. وزي ما اتفقنا يا جماعة no simplifying والنبي. Don't simplify. And you will understand why do I insist on no simplifying when we move on to the second video اللي هو without replacement question. Now this tree is quite different because it has 3 branches. Why 3 branches? Because I have, as you can see, 3 colors, red, blue, and green. تمام؟ طيب. Now the probabilities are written over here. Since this video is with replacement, فإحنا عارفين إن هو with replacement. بس خلينا نشوف how do I confirm that this is a with replacement question. Xan chooses a disc at random from the bag. She notices its color and replaces it. يعني هي بتاخد disc, تشوف تطلعه بره, تشوف لونه, وبعد كده ترجع ترجعه تاني. وبعدين اهو. Then Zan chooses another disc from the bag and notices its color. يعني يا جماعة تاني بس بنأكد ان هي مش بتاخد ال 2 items على بعضهم. She takes one item. Oh, it's green. Amazing. وقامت مرجعاه تاني. راحت اتكلمت في التليفون. وبعد كده رجعت. أخدت another item. Oh, it's red. وبعد كده عملنا القصة من الأول. So she takes an item, تشوفه وتندهش, وبعد كده ترجعه, بعدين تروح تاكل وترجع تاخد item تاني. This is the story. طبعا what confirms that this is with replacement الكلمة دي. طبعا واتفقنا يا جماعة إنه the with replacement questions ميزتهم إنه the probabilities are the same through the question. كل الred 1 على 6 وكل الblue 2 على 6 وكل الgreen 3 على 6. Complete the tree diagram to show all the possibilities. Now let's see the first choice. وتاني يا جماعة, she chooses, then she chooses. So automatically we have first and second. First and second. The first choice could be red, blue, and green. والأرقام قلنا هي البلو 2 على 6 والgreen 3 على 6. طيب هنكمل بقى ازاي؟ من هنا هنعمل شجرة، ومن هنا هنعمل شجرة، ومن هنا هنعمل شجرة. بس الشجرة المرة دي فيها 3 lines 3 branches red blue and green. وهنا عندي red blue and green. وزي ما اتفقنا يا جماعة please follow the same order of the question. هو عملها red blue green. لو غيرناها هتبقى غلط، مش هتبقى غلط بس يعني بلاش، مفيش داعي. So put the letters red blue green red blue green red blue green. طبعا يا جماعة and you have to write the probabilities as well. 1 على 6 2 على 6 3 على 6. And you will notice that the sum of the branches of the tree must be equal to 1. The sum of the branches of the tree must be equal to 1. هنا 1 على 6 2 على 6 3 على 6. وهنا نفس الكلام 1 على 6 2 على 6 3 على 6. خلاص I guess بقى you know the options red and red red and blue red and green and so on blue and red blue and blue blue and green. وهنا عندي green and red green and blue green and green. And of course in between all of these options there's always or. هنا في عندي or and means times or means plus. Now she has how many options? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. She has 9 options. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Now questions بقى B and C the examiner would require بقى حاجة من الحاجات دي. خلينا نشوف. هنا بيقول لي calculate the probability that both discs are the same color. Let's see and highlight which outcomes have same color. عندنا red و red وعندنا blue و blue وعندنا green و green. اهو 3 options. Let's write the scenario. يا مس ما هي سهلة، معلش أنا عارفة إن هي سهلة بس please. The options are أهم. دي outcomes بتاعتي red and red blue and blue green and green. Okay طبعا in between there is or. 3 options are translated into 3 brackets separated by addition. Okay, inside the bracket 2 items multiplied. Inside the bracket 2 numbers multiplied. Inside the bracket 2 probabilities multiplied. Very easy. From the tree red and red. So my numbers are 1 على 6 times 1 على 6. Or in other words يعني لو أنا مش عايزة أعملها من التري blue and blue هترجمها إزاي؟ Remove the blue, put its probability. Remove the blue, put the same probability. If you want to find it from the tree أهو blue and blue. Put the same probability. في مسائل تانية بنحط probabilities مختلف. And then we have green and green. Either remove the letters and put probabilities immediately من غير أي قلق لأنه المسألة دي with replacement, or from the tree green and green take the numbers and replace them. And now خلاص I will place it on the calculator. طبعا برضو نفس الكلام يا جماعة. If you wish to simplify it into the following you can write it as follows 1 over 6 all squared plus 2 على 6 all squared plus 3 على 6 all squared. Please يا جماعة put them between brackets and the powers outside. So 1 over 6 أنا هعملها حتى بالpower 2. وبصوا يا جماعة أنا يلي math teacher أهو بحسبها على الكالكوليتر يعني ما بتفلسفش. 2 على 6 all squared plus 3 على 6 all squared. And then I place it on the calculator. I should get an answer. Let me just make sure that the answer is perfect. 7 على 18. طبعا يا جماعة طول ما أنا الإجابة بتاعتي أقل من 1 فأنا صح ما عنديش أي مشكلة يعني as long as the answer is less than a 1 a fraction that is less than a 1 then I'm يعني I'm okay with my answer. أو لو الإجابة بتاعتي طبعا لو طلعت لي more than 1 يبقى أنا definitely عاملة حاجة غلط. لو طلعت لي negative مثلا يبقى أكيد في حاجة مصيبة كمان مش حاجة غلط. Okay, so that was the first question. The second question بقى هنا بيقول لي إيه؟ try كده and pause the video and do it on your own. The second question says, calculate the probability that neither is red. Neither is red يعني إيه؟ يعني مفيش red خالص، مفيش red. طيب, let's see where are the options that don't have red. طبعا this is all excluded. ده كله fix عشان في red. ده تمام، ده تمام. طبعا ده فاكس عشان ده كله red أصلا على بعضه. وبعد كده عندي ده وعندي ده أهم 4 options. Neither is red. So I take all the options that don't have any red. احنا we excluded the first 3 تماما لأنه فيها red في كله in the first choice. و from the second 3 هناخد ايه؟ الblue and blue أهو first and second. طيب, neither is red. So you can look at the options بالترتيب على فكرة. ده فاكس، ده فاكس، ده فاكس، ده فاكس. هنا عندي blue وبلو تمام شغال. blue and blue مفيش red خالص. اوكي. بعد كده عندنا blue وجرين تمام. اوكي. طب هسأل سؤال بقى هنا. ينفع اعمل هنا دي كده دي times 2 على طول؟ ينفع. ليه؟ لأنه the order changes. ما أنا هنا عندي اهي green وبلو. فأنا instead of writing it blue and green واجي اكتب هنا تاني green and blue, ممكن I can combine these into one bracket only. ابتدي بالجرين ابتدي بالبلو مش هتفرق واحط 2 بره. وتاني باكد the number that is outside the bracket, the coefficient of the bracket indicates the change of order. يعني blue green green blue ف change of order twice. So this is why I wrote 2 outside. فأنا هنا خلاص بقى احنا دلوقتي this is like what the third question. فأنا I will combine the blue and the green and I will combine them together in one bracket and put 2 outside because of change of order. وهنا قلنا عندي or. طبعا or ايه بقى green وgreen or green and green. So again this is the scenario. زي ما قلنا يا جماعة as long as you unite the scenario correctly the rest will be easy. لأنه خلاص هي بتبقى بقى عبارة عن إن أنا I remove and put numbers. That's it. So I have the blue and the blue. خدوا بالكم blue هنا اهي. Okay, blue and blue is 2 على 6 all squared plus 2 multiplied by blue and green. أو طب يا مس ينفع نخليها green وبلو؟ ينفع مش هتفرق. ينفع نخليها 2 separate brackets؟ Yes. The blue كامل blue 2 على 6 and the green which is 3 على 6 plus green وgreen. green وgreen اهي لسه عاملينها فوق اللي هي 3 على 6 all squared اهو. So this is blue and blue. هنا دي blue and green or green and blue. أنا بس جمعتهم مع بعض in one bracket and I put the 2 outside. ودي بقى هنا اللي هي إيه green and green. These are all the options in which red is not included. فاكرين في الفيديو اللي فات لو حد ركز في الفيديو اللي فات قلت لكم أنا ما بحبش الريد. سبحان الله برضو هنا أهو جت بيقول لك إيه red is neither red. فهنعمل blue blue plus 2 open bracket 2 على 6 multiplied by 3 على 6 plus green with green 3 على 6 all squared. And then I place it on the calculator and I will get an answer of 25 over 36. يا ريت تاني please, no need for the immediate change of decimals. Change to decimal, no need يا جماعة والنبي. خلي المسائل زي ما هي. Okay? Now, I hope that this video was useful to you. This is a video about questions with tree diagram. The first type of questions, which is the with replacement questions. معلش يا جماعة, bear with me. Probability درس طويل وأنا هحاول أشرحه بكل تفاصيله. I guess ممكن يبقى 4 أو 5 videos. Thank you very much for listening and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.